Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here with me. Today is June 25th and yesterday was the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is all about having a strong foundation, security, comfort. They appreciate material. They're not afraid to do what it takes to get ahead. They're very persistent, steady, dedicated, and devoted. We're also in Cancer season, and Cancer is a water energy. Capricorn is earth energy. So water and earth really go well together. The water is nurturing the earth, and this, provides growth. So having these two energies combined is quite supportive when it comes to relationships. And Cancer is similar in the way that it's all about having security. They love their home bodies. They like, good food, fine wines, friends, togetherness. So these energies are similar. So I feel as though there are a group of twin flames who are going to be entering into union, and so a lot of the information I've been receiving has to do specifically with that group. My job as a twin flame guide is to help people understand where they're at, and where they're at in this journey, and how they can, the action and the steps that they need to take to align their energies to be receptive to their counterpart. Because this experience is all about, there's so many different things that this experience brings, and it is quite complex, and this is because of our programming. So when we're trying to reprogram our beliefs based on lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes, religious indoctrination, societal conditioning, generational traumas, all of these things. So this is a very, very challenging experience, and so this is my goal. This is my purpose as a healer, to a spiritual guide, to help you discover the hidden aspects of yourselves and to awaken to the true you, so that you can be welcoming of a vibration and energy, be it your twin or another individual who is in alignment with the energy that you're emitting. So I had already pre-shuffled the cards earlier today, and I reflected on the messages, I took notes, and so I'm going to show you the cards. The cards I actually did receive was a very strong indication that there are a group of twins that are getting closer and closer to entering into union. So I did receive the Emperor and the Empress. The Emperor represents the divine masculine, and the Empress represents the divine feminine. So the goal of the twin flame experience is all about balance. It's about understanding how our energies connect individually, but then also individually, spiritually, physically, and how they connect as a collective energy. So I have both masculine and feminine energies within, just as my twin does as well. So the twins together share the one soul, and then they mirror one another. They each individually have their own experience. They go through their own lessons, but separately, because of their strong connection, they're able to connect telepathically. Therefore, they're able to pick up on one another's energy. So part of this experience is learning to decipher what energy is yours and what energy is theirs, and learning how to nurture yourself, and ground your energy, and continue to cultivate this love from one's love within, and feeling content and feeling safe to be able to extend that love outwards without feeling like you have to have them by your side, because this is all about spiritual growth and development, it's about elevation, evolution, raising the collective consciousness. It's about healing the world, healing ourselves. We are one. I am one. You are one. My counterpart is one. I am one. We're all one. But because of the twin flame mission, I always call it a mission because it really is a mission. The difficulty and of this mission is it's difficult. So so that's why I'm here. This is why I'm here as a twin flame guide, to help those who are undergoing this experience, to help ease them through this process. Okay, so there is a shift. Okay, so what's happening right now is each person is going within, and they're individually working on their healing. They are letting go of the loss, letting go of the past, freeing themselves from the torment, putting an end to the same, the cycle. They're understanding that it's not for them to carry all of the heaviness, all of the baggage. It's loud out. They're understanding healthy boundaries. I'm just gonna wait till this passes. Friday night in the city. They're understanding that it's important that they take care of themselves, and that they're, everything that they need is in this bag, right? So, it's like a woman, she has a purse, and everything she needs is in this purse. So she's making sure that what she needs is being taken care of, that she's protecting her belongings. So what's happening is each individual is learning about setting clear boundaries, putting an end to limiting belief sets, putting an end to negativity, learning that it's not for them to take on other people's energy. They're understanding about projection, what it's like to be a prisoner of your own mind, self-fulfilling prophecy. They're just learning about all the shadow. They're learning about the shadow part, the shadow side. It's like this experience is actually, it's so intense. And I know that those of you who are watching understand what I mean. It's actually it's tormenting at times. And the codependency, breaking the codependent mindset is not easy, because this programming has been deeply ingrained into our DNA. It goes lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes of experiencing these belief systems. And so now that we're in 2021, and with the 2020 energy, we had a collapse of the system. And, the system, I feel like, is going to continue to collapse. There's still many things that still have to unfold. And the twins' mission is helping support the redevelopment of the earth. And so part of this is understanding ourselves as individuals, and then being able to come together and unite as one, as a physical union, because twins are two separate humans sharing one soul. So because of the separation that they experience, because of the intensity of their connection, because they are the same soul, when they are forced to separate, that the fear of, those abandonment, that abandonment, and then it's just like activating all of this codependency, this toxicity, this dysfunction. And so, the feeling that we don't love ourselves, the feeling like we have to prove our value, and, the feeling rejection, and, not feeling comfortable committing. So this is what we're beginning to understand with this relationship. And because of this developing, going within and connecting to our intuition, and, connecting to our higher self, and becoming heart-centered, and really just like processing everything. This is what's been happening between the twins. They're in deep healing, because before they can actually come together, all of this needs to be cleared. There can't be, maybe you guys can have a few things that are still left unfinished, but in order for the twins to actually enter into a long-term, stable, committed, relationship, both twins have to reach a certain frequency. They have to meet each other in the middle. They have to make the decision to unite. So okay, I could say, I'm ready, I want you, I love you, I want to be with you. But if they're not able to reciprocate that, if they're not ready to contribute to this union and be a part, be one in the physical world, then there's nothing I can do. And so what happens is people get hung up on this expectation. You're my twin, we're meant to be, end game. But just because they're your twin doesn't mean it's actually you're going to end up in a long-term union. So this is why it's so important to focus on your personal growth and development, focus on overcoming, the codependent mindset, focus on your healing, learning the lessons, and actually, raising your vibration. But what happens is, because we get so fixated on them, we ignore what it is that we need to do for ourselves, and then it just continues in this cycle. So good news is there is a group of twins that are actually getting to a point where they're getting it. So this is what this reading is actually indicating. Okay, so there's a lot of youthfulness in this reading. I actually received 3 pages. So we have the Page of Cups, water energy, the Page of Wands, fire energy, and the Page of Swords, air energy. So heart-centered, passion, intellect. And so this is about daydreaming, imagining all the possibilities, passion, enthusiasm, excitement, liberation, freedom. The Page of Swords is about having a clear mindset, intellectual, higher intellectual capacity. This is about their learning, having these light bulb moments. So there has been a stimulation of having, a higher awareness as to what this connection is all about. the divine feminine normally knows more about what's happening than the divine masculine, and that's because the feminine is already very in tune, is naturally in tune with their intuition, and the feminine is usually the one who, the feminine energy is the one that's often the one who's being guided towards a career in spiritual studies, something to do with what's the word? Humanitarianism, right? And so here we go with the star, like the star is connected to Aquarius. So Aquarius is all about humanitarianism. We're actually in the age of Aquarius. So this is why all these systems are collapsing. And there's so many people that are speaking out, because Aquarius is an air energy. So this is about, articulation. It's about having like a high capacity to understand, a higher capacity of understanding. And they're the water bears, so they're bringing water to earth. They're bringing, they're nurturing humanity through the water. It's like the offering of water. Without water, we wouldn't be able to survive. So, it's like nurturing this relationship, having faith, trusting, remembering that there's always a connection, that there is no separation, trusting in divine timing. This is all about timing. This is about surrender. It's like, in this image, she's like down on her knees and she's like, I surrender. And she understands, like she's she's a human having a spiritual experience, and that she's connected. She's always connected to source energy. So that's what, these energies, going back to these energies, I just love the pages in this deck. I just love the imagery, So this is the energy that we want to be cultivating. We want to be cultivating that youthfulness, the spark, the ideas, being excited, daydreaming, there's so many possibilities. And this is also about childhood. I think of the children of this world, and I think about how the children of this earth are really contributing to the healing process. And so also healing our inner childs. I was actually getting this message yesterday about inner child work. So, and okay. So because of the separation that was had between the two of you, each individual is starting to understand their value. They're understanding the importance of what it is that they came here to do. They've developed confidence. They're very secure in themselves, and they understand that they came here to create. And because because we're innately gifted as master manifestors, as creators, that we can have anything that we want. It's just a matter of making the decision and then taking action to physically bring it to fruition. And so the 9 of Pentacles is about having abundance. It's about having more than enough, right? And so each twin has to get to a point where they're like, I know that I am enough. I am worthy of your love. I am welcoming of this love offering. Whereas when you're in this mindset, when you're in this phase, you're just like, you just don't feel like you're good enough. You're just, you're just like basically a prisoner. It's like you're uncomfortable being in your body. It's like, I do not want to be in this body. So yeah, this is really great that both individuals are getting, beginning to get it. And there's a lot of communication that's happening between the two, telepathically. And the masculine is wanting to make a love offering. They're imagining, you know, contacting their feminine and what they'll have to say. They're thinking about, you know, taking them on a date. You know, maybe I just think about having a picnic, you know, and they're really beginning to become confident in themselves. They're feeling like, okay, I'm getting ready to make contact. So here, like, that's the indication with these two cards. And then here, like with the wheel, so this is a change, you know, it's going in a new directions. It's having a completely different, you know, a turning of the wheel, having a new cycle. And this cycle is going to be like, just so, you're going to be so happy. Like, there's not even words to describe how amazing it's going to be when you unite with your twin. It's like heaven on earth. It's heaven on earth when you're with them. And this time around, for this group of twins, it's going to be, you know, this is it. This is it. And so right now, it's just about maintaining your vibration, being open to receiving, trusting in divine timing, and, you know, envisioning, you know, here we go. It's like looking at each other, looking in each other's eyes. And one of the things you can do for this healing is you can actually look at yourself in the mirror. You know, you can connect to your soul by looking at yourself very intently in the eyes. It's, for some of you, like if you try it, it's pretty weird actually. You can act, it's like there's a point where you shift and you're like, whoa, like you see your soul. So it's like, before you were avoiding, you just could not look at yourself in the eye. You couldn't look at yourself in the eyes, and your twin couldn't look at you in the eyes because they couldn't face themselves. You know, they were in so much pain, and they were just carrying so much weight on their shoulders, and they just didn't feel like they were worthy of you. And even though this whole entire time, like, the feminine's been chasing, and she's, you know, they have been wanting desperately to be with their twin, they've also learned a very strong lesson. And this lesson is about receptivity. It's about patience. It's about understanding. It's about trusting. And so each twin has had their own series of lessons, but because they're so strongly connected, each twin has experienced the lesson in telepathically through like different, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but it's such a strong energetic connection that you can feel what they're feeling. You experience what they're feeling on a certain level of consciousness. That's one of the lessons. I mean, there's so many things, and over time, like, I will go through it. So this is the divine union right here. Divine union. Like, isn't this absolutely amazing? Like, I can't even hold all these cards. Here we go. Like, this is ultimate union. Amazing. There we go. I'll just get like, I'll do a little, so when I have a nice thumbnail. Oh my. Okay, so right now, divine feminine, keep going within, keep trusting your intuition. Remember, there is no such thing as separation. Balancing the feminine and the masculine, being open to receiving, understanding your, you know, your divinity, spiritual growth and development, healing, all of this amazing energy. And so we're individually cultivating this, and we're letting it swirl within and all around us, and we're welcoming, and we're just, oh, like, it's just, I'm so tired just thinking about it. I'm just like, I just want to go to sleep now thinking about all this. But this is, you know, we are preparing to enter into union. It's just about maintaining the vibration, being patient, living in the present moment, you know, just having gratitude. And here we go. Prior to this reading, I also chose a couple runes. So we have this rune. This is called Joy, but it was reversed. So it's not easy not being with them, and can be, you know, you get really sad and you just wish that they could be by your side, but they can't. So what we need to do is we need to shift our energy, and we need to start consciously cultivating this joy. And on this card, there's runes here as well. So this is joy. And then here is another rune. And so this is joy together. So if you imagine another symbol, but on a mirroring of this, then you will see the mirroring of this rune. So here, but then imagine that this is flipped around, so it's another point. So it's basically looking, this is another example of looking each other in the eyes and just making the decision to come together and, you know, being joyful and just being grateful. And here we go. I pulled another card or another rune, and this is wholeness. And I also think about a lightning bolt. So it's a direct connection to source. The conductor, you know, the electricity of the lightning and how it's conducting. And so the two of you are, your energy is being amplified, but it's so very important that you continue to maintain all of these lessons, and just continue to remember what this is about. And remember, it's not about attachment, it's about acceptance, it's about letting go, and you know, wholeness. I am whole even though you're not here with me physically. I am whole because I know that there is no such thing as separation. I am whole because I remember that I am a divine being of love and light. I am whole. There is no need to attach. There's no need to fight. I just feel spirit moving through me. And it's like divine feminine, receptivity, receptivity, receptivity. They feel what you're feeling, and you feel what they're feeling. If they're sad and you're longing because, you know, you want to comfort them, and at the same time you want to be comforted, then that's still the codependency. So you have to find ways to cultivate your joy, to cultivate this wholeness. Because yes, we are having a human experience and we are being challenged on a daily basis, but we have to remember who we are, and we have to consistently, continually remind ourselves of this and not be distracted from outside influences. So, divine connection, holding each other's hands, and you can pretend that they're with you. You know, you can caress your body, and you can hold yourself, and you can just. But as you're doing it, you're not doing it from a place of separation and like, oh, I just wish they were with me. You're just doing it very peacefully. And you're breathing, and you're just swaying back and forth. And, you know, like you're licking your lips. And you're just closing your eyes and just swaying back and forth. You can even touch your neck. You can place your hands on your heart and just like squeeze. You know, you can rub your neck. You know, you can still be intimate with yourself and just really caress your body. Also, you can get into the fetal position to just feel comforted. You know, you can rub your stomach. You can rub and like place your hands on your, you know, on your pelvis, on your lower abdomen, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your base chakra. You really, really want to get grounded. So important that you get grounded and be grounded, because there's so much information coming through right now. There's so many downloads, and you know, you're not just processing your experience, but you're also processing their experience on, you know, on a different frequency. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to you know, get our energies on the same frequency. We want to turn the dial to the same station. So this is a lot, but you can do it. Just remain consistent, and remember, there's no such thing as separation. You and them are one. You share the same soul. This is a divine union. So this is your reading. It's so intense. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you commented, and I would love to hear from you. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, you can find my information in the description. Much love. Bye.